I can see that.
So Bhagavad Gita has 3 sections. First 6 chapters, middle 6 chapters, and the last 6 chapters. First 6 chapters collectively known as Karma Yoga. Middle 6 chapters collectively known as Bhakti Yoga. Last 6 chapters collectively known as Jnana Yoga. So in the first chapter, we already discussed, there was another batch, we have some people from that batch also here. In first chapter, Arjuna's position is when he comes to the battlefield of Kurukshetra to fight with Kauravas, when he sees all the Kauravas who are his cousins, and then most importantly, the most worshipable Bhishmacharya, his grandfather Bhishmacharya, and then teacher Dronacharya, his heart is overwhelmed with compassion. And he said he cannot fight. So Arjuna is Krishna is the Partha Sarathi of Arjuna, who is driving the chariot. Krishna, who is the Devadi Deva, the Bhagavan Sri Krishna, is ready to act in that menial position of a chariot driver. Chariot driver is almost like a rickshaw driver in India. Bhagavan, who is full of all the 6 opulences, Aishwaryascha Samagrascha Viryascha Yashayas Shriyah Sannam Bhagam Itingana. So Bhagavan Sri Krishna, he possesses the 6 opulences in full. Aishwarya, all the richness. Aishwaryascha Samagrascha Viryascha, the valor. Bhagavan Krishna possesses all the valor in full. Samagrascha. Yashas. Yashas means name and fame. Krishna is famous in all the 3 worlds, in all the 3 planetary systems. Higher planetary system, middle planetary systems, and lower planetary systems. Krishna is the most famous across all the planetary systems. Yashaya Shriyaha, he is most beautiful. He is the most handsome. He is Trijagan Manasakarshi. He is Madana Mohana. Madana is the Cupid to which we are all attracted to. In the material world, we are all attracted to Cupid. Cupid shoots some arrows, some flower arrows, and people of all gender are attracted to Madana. Or Madana shoots flower arrows and makes people get attracted to the opposite gender. And that Madana to which the entire world is attracted to, that Madana is attracted to Krishna. That's why Krishna is called Madana Mohana. One who destroys the pride of Madana. The Cupid was so proud, thinking that the whole world is attracted to me. And Krishna crushes that pride of Madana because he is the most attractive. So he is Trijagan Manasakarshi, Madana Mohana. So Yashaya Shriyaha, he is the most beautiful, and Vairagya, renunciation. Despite possessing all the other 5 opulences, what are the 5 opulences? All richness, all beautiful, is the most beautiful, and most famous, most powerful, the valor, most powerful, and then the 5th one is no, that's the most beautiful one. Yeah, knowledge. Okay, knowledge, and the 6th one is Vairagya. Despite possessing the 5 opulences, Krishna is ready to renounce everything. He is not detached. Even though he possesses the entire wealth in the entire creation, but he is not attached to it. So renouncing all these 5 great opulences, Krishna was ready to act as a chariot driver for Arjuna, Partha Sarathi. Who can do that? In this material world also, there can be so many people who are very rich, There are people who are, famous in the society, and there are people who are beautiful and handsome. There are people who have lot of knowledge from scriptures, from Vedas, but are they ready to renounce? Tomorrow is Monday. Monday morning you have to go to office. If you call Bill Gates and ask him to drive you from from your home to office, will he be able to do that? No, he will fire you. So, but Krishna is ready to do that. He is Bhakta Vatsala. He has love and affection for his devotees. How much he has cared Pandavas. There is a great description in Srimad Bhagavatam. Krishna used to wash the feet of Yudhishthira. He used to wash the feet of Yudhishthira. So he did all this because of his Vatsalya, love and affection for Pandavas. On the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Krishna was standing as a night watchman outside the tent of Pandavas. During the night, the war is stopped, right? But Krishna wanted to protect the Pandavas to avoid any danger from Duryodhana and parties. They could do anything in the night time, right? And that's what happened in the night. In the end, when Ashwadhama came to the tent and killed the 5 babies. So Krishna wanted to protect the Pandavas. So he was standing outside the tent with his sword drawn out like a night watchman, like a security guard. And Krishna used to fetch water for Pandavas on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So, such a great person, Devadi Deva, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, he was ready to do menial task as a chariot driver. Okay? So, when Arjuna expressed his miserly compassion or miserly weakness after seeing Dronacharya, Bhishmadev and all the Kauravas who are his cousins, he said, I cannot fight. Oh Krishna, I cannot fight. And he put his bow Gandiva aside and he said, now you instruct me what is best for me to do. So Arjuna surrendered to Krishna. Karpanya dosho pahata svabhava pruchami tvam dharma sammuda chetah yasya shreyasyanishchitam bruhi tanme shishyasteham shadhimam tvam prapannam. So this is the turning point in Bhagavad Gita 2.7, chapter 2, shloka number 7. This is where Arjuna surrendered to Krishna and asked Krishna to instruct what is best for him to do. Before that, Arjuna was talking a lot. In chapter 1, Arjuna was giving different arguments why he doesn't want to fight. Because of compassion, and even if he kills all the Kauravas somehow or the other, by making his heart very heavy and hard, even if Arjuna kills all the Kauravas and wins the kingdom, how can he enjoy the kingdom when there is nobody? Only 5 Pandavas. And all the Kauravas are killed, all the 100 people and the entire Duryodhana party, they are all killed. How can he enjoy without sharing his kingdom with them? And Arjuna also thinks that if all the men on the Kaurava side are killed, it will lead to destruction of the dynasty. The dynasty Vamsha will not continue. And Arjuna also expressed another concern that he will incur sinful reactions. If he kills Kauravas, especially the worshipable Dronacharya and Bhishmadev, elderly people, he will incur sinful reactions. So giving all these reasons in chapter 1, Arjuna decided not to fight and he surrendered. Shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. Prapannam means I'm surrendering. I'm surrendering to you, O Krishna. Please instruct me what is best for me to do now. Then Krishna starts speaking Bhagavad Gita. From shlokas 2.13 to 2.29 and 30, Krishna gives knowledge of soul. We discussed all these in the other class. Time permitting, we will discuss some other time. But basically, Krishna gives knowledge of the soul in all these 14-15 shlokas. Krishna begins his Gita with Atma Jnana, knowledge of the soul. how soul is indestructible, how soul cannot be killed, how soul, the attributes of the soul cannot be changed, soul is immutable, how soul is eternal. Eternal means, who can define the word eternal? Again, backbenchers. Huh? Everlasting. Okay, more details. No, you're not backbencher. You're a senior. Juniors. The word eternal. Huh? Forever. Okay? More details. Everlasting, forever, same. But more details. There is no starting and there is no ending. No beginning, no end. Anadi, Ananta. Anadi, Ananta. In Brahma Samhita, Lord Brahma defines Krishna's identity. Advaitamachyutamanadimanantarupam Adhyam Purana Purusham Navayavvanam Cha Vedeshu Dhurlabha Madhurlabhamatma Bhakto Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Wow, somebody knows Brahma Samhita. What's your name? Manognya. Okay. You learned Brahma Samhita? Okay.
I've been listening to it
Since few months. Okay, very good. You were not there in the last class, right? First class. Okay, good. Welcome. Yeah. And who were not there in the last class? You're joining for the first time? You are also. And you? Huh? Second class. Okay. Who are joining for the first time? Okay, 1, 2, 3, okay, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, what's your name? Sorry? Okay, welcome. And all the newcomers, please tell your name. Sri Harsha, nice name. Priya, okay? Priyanka, wow. Nice. Huh? Ashwin, okay. Krishna has a name as Bhakta Priya. So, okay, 1 second. Let me connect this to the phone stand. Huh? Huh? Second chapter. Okay, I'll see. Mhm. Okay, so what were we discussing? Eternality, the definition of eternality. Yeah, so Krishna gives attributes of the soul in that section in 14-15 shlokas. Krishna gives complete knowledge of the soul, and that is the fundamental knowledge of spirituality. The fundamental knowledge is to know that you are not this body, but you are the spirit soul. That is the beginning, the fundamental level. Okay, and then one level higher than that is to know that along with Atma there is Paramatma, super soul. And the third level of this transcendental knowledge is to know the relationship between Atma and Paramatma. Okay, so 3 levels of knowledge. Often they are classified as confidential, more confidential, and most confidential. Confidential knowledge is to know that you are Atma. More confidential knowledge is to know that along with Atma there is Paramatma in our heart. And most confidential is to know the relationship between Atma and Paramatma. Okay. Mundaka Upanishad, one of the 108 Upanishads, describes the relationship between Atma and Paramatma. Atma and Paramatma are like two birds sitting on the same branch of a tree. The Paramatma bird is always watching the Atma bird and sanctioning all the desires of the Atma. Okay? Upadrashta, Anumanta. These are the two attributes of Paramatma. Upadrashta means witness. Paramatma is witnessing all our desires, actions, everything. And Anumanta means the sanctioner. Without Paramatma's will, without Paramatma's sanctioning, nothing will happen. As the famous quote goes, not a blade of grass moves without the will of God. Have you all heard this? Yeah. So without the will of God means without the will of Paramatma. Paramatma is controlling all our movements. He is controlling all our desires. He is witnessing all our desires. Somebody may say that they can lock themselves in a dark room and then do some sinful activities. But still, Paramatma is watching. If nobody is watching, Paramatma is watching. So like that, Krishna gives preliminary knowledge of spirituality in those 14-15 shlokas, 2.14 to 2.30, and encourages Arjuna to fight based on this knowledge. Arjuna's concern in chapter 1 was he was going to be the permanent death of Kauravas. Arjuna's concern was he was going to be the cause of the permanent death of Kauravas. That's why he didn't want to kill. But when Krishna gave this knowledge of soul, saying that soul cannot be killed, soul cannot be cut into pieces, soul cannot be withered with wind, soul cannot be moistened with water. So all those things. Then Krishna is convinced. Arjuna is convinced. So Krishna encourages Arjuna to fight based on this knowledge, saying that you are actually not killing them. You are only killing these temporary bodies. Temporary body is going to perish anyway. Whether you kill or not, it's going to perish anyway. So you better pick up the bow Gandiva and fight. Uttishta Parantapa. And then after that, Krishna starts telling about karma yoga. Krishna encourages Arjuna to fight based on the principles of karma yoga. The first part, Krishna spoke about Atma Jnana. Sāṅkhye yoga, that's called Sāṅkhye yoga. This chapter title, chapter 2, title is also Sāṅkhye yoga. So based on the Sāṅkhye yoga philosophy, Krishna encouraged Arjuna to fight. What is Sāṅkhye yoga? The word Sāṅkhya comes from the root word Sankhya, means numbers. Or another meaning of the word Sankhya in Sanskrit means Samyak Rupena Khyayate. Samyak, oh, looks like we have some Sanskrit. You know Sanskrit? Yeah, good. So I should be careful. Samyak Rupena Khyayate iti Sankhya. That means Khyayate means to analyze, to count. Samyak Rupena means like thoroughly analyze, thoroughly count something, thoroughly analyze something. What to analyze? Analyze matter and spirit and understand the differences between matter and spirit. That is Sankhya philosophy. Okay? One of the yogas is Sankhya yoga. So the people who practice Sankhya yoga, they do a deeper study. They do research, PhD research on matter and spirit, how matter works, what are the 26 elements of matter. There are Pancha Mahabhuta, earth, water, fire, air, ether, and then there are 5 working senses, 5 knowledge acquiring senses. There are senses, there are sense objects, there are mind, intelligence, and false ego. So all these things put together, there will be 26 elements. So people do a deeper study of these 26 elements and understand how they operate, how they work. And then spirit, soul. They understand, at a deeper level how the spirit soul works, what are the attributes of it, and how spirit soul, what is the body of spirit soul in the spiritual world. In the material world, spirit soul is engaged in a material body. But what will be the form of spiritual body in the spiritual world? They'll do a deeper study like this and compare the differences between matter and spirit. Matter is temporary, spirit soul is permanent, eternal. So based on these principles, Krishna encourages Arjuna to fight in that section. After that, Krishna starts speaking karma yoga and Krishna encourages Arjuna to fight based on karma yoga principles. Krishna tells Arjuna that you will not incur sinful reactions by killing the Kauravas. Rather, you will incur sinful reactions by not fighting in the war. Because for a Kshatriya, not to fight in the war will bring sinful reactions. So as a matter of duty, as a Kshatriya, you should fight. Otherwise, you will incur sinful reactions. What was Arjuna's argument in first chapter? Arjuna said, if I kill Kauravas, I will incur sinful reactions. Especially the elder people, Bhishmacharya and Dronacharya. But here Krishna is refuting that argument, saying that you will not incur sinful reactions by killing them. Rather, the opposite is true. You will incur sinful reactions if you don't kill them. If you don't fight as a Kshatriya, then you will incur sinful reactions. So fight. So fight as a matter of duty. Any action that we perform in this material world, we perform by the influence of three motivators. What are the three motivators? Duty, fear, and love. Okay? So somebody can perform some task based on fear. What is the classic example of fear? Homework. Okay. Office work, not homework. Office work. Oh, maybe she means to say working from home.
No. The kids. I mean to say about the kids.
Kids, yeah. Yeah, you're all grown up. We're all grown ups. So she's talking about office work from home. Work from home. That ends up being homework only, actually. Work from home ends up being working for the home, not from home. And then working based on duty. Example is a soldier. A soldier in the army, he works based on this principle of duty. His motivation is duty. His duty is to protect the country. And there has to be some inspiration or Purva Janma Sukruta or some impressions from past life to become a soldier. Not everybody can become a soldier. Because you need to practice an austere life to be a soldier. So that's not possible for everybody. So you need to have some great motivation to become a soldier. Okay? That's a higher level of motivation than fear. Okay? Third level, which is the highest level of motivation, is love. Working based on love. Working out of love. Love is being the motivator. Okay, newcomers. Give me an example.
Mother.
Huh? Mother's love. Very good. Mother taking care of the child. The motivator is love. Motivation is love. So, Krishna is encouraging Arjuna here to fight based on the principles of karma yoga. Okay? And then he tells that when you are fighting, don't do this calculation of profit and loss. Don't think whether you will win or lose the battle. In either way, you are a winner. if you kill the Kauravas, you will win the kingdom and you can do the dharma paripalana. But if you lose and if you get killed by Kauravas, Krishna tells that is also a winning scenario. How? For a Kshatriya, to die on the battlefield is a blessing. He will go to heavenly planets. So that's also winning scenario. In both cases, it is win-win scenario. So by saying all this, Krishna encourages Arjuna to fight. Okay? And then the next shloka that we are going to see today is 2.40. But before that, we will recite shlokas from 40 to the end of the chapter. And then we'll have some discussion. Okay, for those of you who don't know how to access Bhagavad Gita online, this is the website vedabase.io. VEDA Veda Base, BASE base, vedabase.io. You will have all the books: Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and Brahma Samhita, Krishna book. This is full of stories, good for children. Okay, and so many books. There's a beautiful book, Kunti Prayers. You can explore all these things later. Okay, let's go to Bhagavad Gita, and then you will see list of chapters here. Okay, there are 18 chapters. There is introduction, 18 chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So click on chapter 2, and you will see different views there. Okay, sometimes you will see a view like this, seeing only translation. Sometimes you will see shloka translation. Sometimes you will see shloka translation, word for word meaning, commentary by Acharya. You will see everything. And you can control those settings. Click on advanced view. You can select or deselect whatever you want to see. Okay. Since we are going to recite shlokas, I have only selected verse text and deselected all other things. Okay. So you will see only shlokas. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Esha te bhihitā sāṅkhye buddhir yoge imāṁ śṛṇu buddhyā yukto yayā pārtha karma-bandhaṁ prahāsyasi. Okay, looks like I changed the tune or meter, right? Okay, let me go back to the normal one. Neha vikramanashosti pratyavayo na vidyate. Swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Vyavasayatmika buddhir ekeha kuru nandana. Bahushakahyanantascha buddhayo avyavasayinam. Yamimāṁ pushpitāṁ vācam pravadantya vipaschitaha. Vedavadarata pārtha nānyadastīti vādinaha. Kāmātmana svargapara janma karma phala pradām. Kriya vishesha bahulam bhogaishvarya gatim prati. Bhogaishvarya prasattanam taya pakrita chetasam. Vyavasayat बुद्धि समाधौ न विधीयते त्रैगुण्या वेद निस्त्रैगुण्यो भवार्जुन निर्द्वन्द्वो नित्यसत्त्वस्थो निर्योगक्षेम आत्मवान् यावानन्त उदपाने सर्वतः सम्प्लुतोदके तावान् सर्वेषु वेदेषु ब्राह्मणस्य विजानतः कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्मफलहेतुर्भूर्मा ते सङ्गोऽस्त्वकर्मणि योगस्ता कुरु कर्माणि सङ्गं त्यक्त्वा धनञ्जय सिद्ध्यसिद्ध्यो समो भूत्वा समत्वं योग उच्यते दूरेण ह्यवरं कर्म बुद्धियोगात् धनञ्जय बुद्धौ शरणमन्विच्छ कृपणाफलहेतवः बुद्धियुक्तो जहातीह उभे सुकृतदुष्कृते तस्माद् योगाय युज्यस्व योगकर्मसु कौशलम् कर्मजं बुद्धियुक्ता हि फलं त्यक्त्वा मनीषिणः जन्मबन्धविनिर्मुक्ताः पदं गच्छन्त्यनामयम् यदा ते मोहकलिलं बुद्धिर्व्यतितरिष्यति तदा गन्तासि निर्वेदं श्रोतव्यस्य श्रुतस्य च श्रुतिविप्रतिपन्ना ते यदा स्थास्यसि निश्चला समाधौ अचला बुद्धिस्तथा योगम् अवाप्स्यसि अर्जुन उवाच स्थितप्रज्ञस्य का भाषा समाधिस्तस्य केशव स्थितधि किं प्रभाषेत किमासीत व्रजेत किम् श्रीभगवानुवाच प्रजहाति यदा कामान् सर्वान् पार्थमनोगतान् आत्मन्येवात्मना तुष्टः स्थितप्रज्ञास्तदोच्यते दुःखेष्वनुद्विग्नमनाः सुखेषु विगतस्पृहः वीतरागभयक्रोधः स्थितधीर्मुनिरुच्यते यः सर्वत्रानभिस्नेहस्तत्तत्प्राप्य शुभाशुभम् नाभिनन्दति न द्वेष्टि तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता यदा संहरते चायं कूर्मोऽङ्गानीव सर्वशः इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेभ्यस्तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता विषया विनिवर्तन्ते निराहारस्य देहिनः रसवर्जं रसोऽप्यस्य परं दृष्ट्वा निवर्तते यततो ह्यपि कौन्तेय पुरुषस्य विपश्चितः इन्द्रियाणि प्रमादीनि हरन्ति प्रसवं मनः तानि सर्वाणि संयम्य युक्त आसीत् मत्परः वशे हि यस्येन्द्रियाणि तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः सङ्गस्तेषूपजायते सङ्गात् सञ्जायते कामः कामात् क्रोधो विजायते क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहात् स्मृतिविभ्रमः स्मृतिभ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशो बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति रागद्वेष विमुक्तैस्तु विषयान् इन्द्रियैश्चरन् आत्मवश्यैर्विधेयात्मा प्रसादम् अधिगच्छति प्रसादे सर्वदुःखानां हानिरस्योपजायते प्रसन्नचेतसो ह्यासु बुद्धिपर्यवतिष्ठते नास्ति बुद्धिरयुक्तस्य न चायुक्तस्य भावना न चाभावयतः शान्तिरशान्तस्य कुतः सुखम् इन्द्रियाणां हि चरतां यन्मनोनुविधीयते तदस्य हरति प्रज्ञां वायुर्नावम् इवाम्बसि तस्माद् यस्य महाबाहो निगृहीतानि सर्वशः इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेभ्यस्तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता या निशा सर्वभूतानां तस्यां जागर्ति संयमी यस्यां जागृति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः आपूर्यमाणम् अचलप्रतिष्ठं समुद्रमापा प्रविशन्ति यद्वत् तद्वत् कामायं प्रविशन्ति सर्वे स शान्तिमाप्नोति न कामकामी विहाय कामान् यः सर्वान् पुमांश्चरति निःस्पृहः निर्ममो निरहङ्कारः स शान्तिम् अधिगच्छति एषा ब्राह्मी स्थितिः पार्थ नैनां प्राप्य विमुह्यति Sthitvasyam antakalepi brahma nirvāṇamriccati. Okay, atha dvitiyodhyāyah. So it feels so good reciting and hearing Bhagavad Gita, right? So just reciting or hearing Bhagavad Gita brings all auspiciousness. Sanjaya glorifies Bhagavad Gita in the end, in 18th chapter, the last shloka of Bhagavad Gita, 18.78. Sanjaya, while explaining Bhagavad Gita to Dhritarashtra, so Dhritarashtra and Sanjaya, they are in Hastinapura and the battle is going on in Kurukshetra. So Sanjaya, by the boon received by his guru Vyasadeva, he was able to see what was happening in a remote place. So everything that was happening in the battlefield Kurukshetra, Sanjaya was able to see and explain that to Dhritarashtra. In the end, Sanjaya glorifies Bhagavad Gita saying, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno, Yatra Partho Dhanurdaraha, Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhutir, Dhruva Nitir, Matir Mama. We hear this in Vishnu Sahasranama also. So what does this shloka mean? Sanjaya says, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna. Wherever there is that Yogeshwara Krishna, the master of all the yogas. Wherever there is the Krishna, who is the master of all yogas. And Yatra Partho Dhanurdaraha. Partha is Arjuna. The son of Pṛthā is Pārtha. Yatra Partho Dhanurdaraha. Wherever there is this Dhanurdhara, Arjuna, Tatra, there will be Shrir, Vijayo, Bhutir, Dhruva, Nitir, Matir, Mama. In my opinion, wherever there is Krishna and Arjuna, there will be opulence, victory, extraordinary power and morality. Tatra Shri, Vijayo, Bhutir, Dhruva, Nitir, Matir, Mama. Wherever there is Krishna and Arjuna, there will be extraordinary power, opulence, morality, and what's the fourth one? Victory. Very good. Yeah. In India, sometimes you hear this saying that don't keep Bhagavad Gita at home. Don't read Mahabharata at home. It will lead to battles, especially between wife and husband. But the fact is, if you don't read Bhagavad Gita, then there will be fightings between wife and husband. So, Sanjaya is declaring here that wherever there is Arjuna and Krishna, that means wherever there is Bhagavad Gita, there is Krishna Arjuna. So wherever there is Bhagavad Gita spoken, wherever there is Bhagavad Gita recited and heard, there will be Krishna and Arjuna. And wherever there is Krishna and Arjuna, all the four things, opulence, extraordinary power, victory and morality will be there. In fact, wherever Bhagavad Gita Charcha is happening, Lord Krishna comes and sits there. Who said this? Adi Shankaracharya said. Adi Shankaracharya in Gita Mahatmya in Padma Purana, Yatra Gita Vicharascha Patanam Patanam Tada Tatra Bhagavan Modatte Tatra Bhagavan Sri Radhaya Saha. Bhagavan Sri Krishna comes and sits along with Radharani. And we have Radha Krishna deities here. Not only that, Krishna's presence is here. We don't see, we don't have the eyes to see Krishna, right? But just like how Hanuman comes and sits wherever Ramayana Charcha is going on, similarly, wherever Bhagavad Gita Charcha is happening, Lord Krishna along with Radharani comes and sits there. Okay? As a proof, we have physical deities here. Okay. Bhagavad Gita is so beautiful. It teaches so many things in life to lead a successful life. So we'll go to that shloka 2.39. That's where we have to start. And if somebody is comfortable reading Hindi or Sanskrit, you can do that also here. Okay. So 2.39. Until 2.38, Krishna spoke Sāṅkhye Yoga and Karma Yoga. Chapter 2 is a summary of entire Bhagavad Gita. It's a prelude of what's coming up in the upcoming chapters. From chapter 3 onwards, whatever Krishna is going to speak in detail, he gives a prelude of that in chapter 2. And then, after speaking entire Bhagavad Gita in 18th chapter, Krishna gives a summary. Okay? So in the shlokas until 2.38, Krishna speaks about Sāṅkhye Yoga and Karma Yoga. Now, Krishna starts speaking something different. We'll see what is that. Esha te bhihitā sāṅkhye buddhir yoge imāṁ śṛṇu. Buddhyā yukto yayā pārtha karma-bandhaṁ prahāsyasi. Okay. So, Sushant, take the mic and read the translation and purport.
Hare Krishna. Thus far, I have described this knowledge to you through analytical study. Now, listen as I explain it in terms of walking without fruitive results. O son of Pṛthā, when you act in such knowledge, you can free yourself from the bondage of works.
Yeah, go ahead. Read purport also. And when you see this purport here for the newcomers, this is the commentary given by the founder Acharya of ISKCON, who is Srila Prabhupada. Okay? So there are different commentaries on Bhagavad Gita written by different Acharyas. There is a commentary by Adi Shankaracharya, commentary by Ramanujacharya, commentary by Madhvacharya. Like that, different Acharyas have written commentaries on Bhagavad Gita. Similarly, we have this Bhagavad Gita. How many of you don't have Bhagavad Gita book at home? Everybody have. Okay, very good. So this commentary is written by Srila Prabhupada. Okay, go ahead and read.
According to the Nirukti or the Vedic dictionary, Sāṅkhya means that which describes things in detail, and Sāṅkhya refers to that philosophy which describes the real nature of the soul. And yoga involves controlling these senses. Arjuna's proposal not to fight was based on sense gratification. Forgetting his prime duty, he wanted to cease
Fighting. He wanted to cease fighting.
Because he thought that by not killing his relatives and kinsmen, he would be happier than by enjoying the kingdom after conquering his cousins and brothers, the son of Dhritarashtra. In both ways, the basic principles were for sense gratification. Happiness derived from conquering them, and happiness derived by seeing kinsmen alive are both on the basis of personal sense gratification, even at a sacrifice of wisdom and duty. Krishna therefore wanted to explain to Arjuna that by killing the body of his grandfather, he would not be killing the soul proper, and he explained that all individual persons, including the Lord himself, are eternal individuals. They were individuals in the past, they are individuals in the present, and they will continue to remain individuals in the future, because all of us are individual souls eternally. We simply change our bodily trace in different manners, but actually we keep our individuality even after liberation from the bondage of material race. An analytical study of the soul and the body has been very graphically explained by Lord Krishna, and this descriptive knowledge of the soul and the body from different angles of vision has been described here as Sāṅkhye. In terms of Nirukti dictionary, the Sāṅkhye has nothing to do with Sāṅkhye philosophy of the atheist Kapila. Long before the impostor Kapila Sāṅkhye, the Sāṅkhye philosophy was expounded in the Srimad Bhagavatam by the true Lord Kapila, the incarnation of Lord Krishna, who explained it to his mother, Devahuti. It is clearly explained by him that the Purusa or the Supreme Lord is active and that he creates by looking over the Prakriti. This is accepted in the Vedas and in the Gita. The description in the Vedas indicates that Lord glanced over the Prakriti or nature and impregnated it with atomic individual souls. All these individuals are working in the material world for sense gratification, and under the spell of material energy, they are thinking of being enjoyers. This mentality is dragged to the last point of liberation when the living entity wants to become one with the Lord. This is the last snare of Maya or sense gratificatory illusion, and it is only after many births of such sense gratificatory activities that a great soul surrenders unto Vasudeva, Lord Krishna, thereby fulfilling the search after the ultimate truth.
Yeah, I think we can stop here. It's a very long purport. We'll pause here, and then after some discussion we can continue again. So here Krishna is transitioning from karma yoga to what is known as buddhi yoga. Buddhi yoga, also known as bhakti yoga. Okay? Or in more simple words, nishkama karma yoga. In the previous section it was karma yoga. Krishna encouraged Arjuna to fight based on the principles of karma yoga. As a matter of duty, you fight. But here Krishna starts explaining nishkama karma yoga. There is a subtle difference between nishkama karma yoga and bhakti yoga. What is the difference? We'll see that in third chapter. But for now, you just understand that both are same. Nishkama karma yoga, bhakti yoga, buddhi yoga, everything is same. So here Krishna is saying that Esha te bhihitā sāṅkhye buddhir yoge imāṁ śṛṇu buddhyā yukto yayā pārtha karma-bandhaṁ prahāsyasi. Thus far, I have explained to you this analytical study of matter and spirit. And now I'll explain you buddhi yoga, using which you will perform your duty and not bound by any reactions. You will become free from bondage. Karma-bandhaṁ prahāsyasi. Buddhyā yukto yayā pārtha karma-bandhaṁ prahāsyasi. Even if you fight, you will be free from bondage. Generally, when we perform any task, there is an equal and opposite reaction. If you do good things, you will incur good karma, punya karma, and you will enjoy. And if you do sinful activities, you will incur papa karma and you will have to suffer. In both cases, you have to take birth again to enjoy or suffer. But our goal is to perform those activities that have no reaction. There is no bondage for us. Our goal is to get out of this cycle of birth and death, to get liberation, to get mukti, moksha. So that's why Krishna is saying here, if you perform your action in nishkama karma mode, then you will be free from the bondage of your work. Okay? And in the purport, Prabhupada actually summarizes what has been described so far in the previous shlokas. In 38 shlokas, Prabhupada says that the spirit soul is individual. What do you mean by individual? That means soul has an individual identity. Just like in the material world, if I ask you a question, what is the most astonishing thing to you in the material world? We are seeing so many things, right? What is the most wonderful thing, most astonishing thing to you? Can somebody tell?
Human birth.
Human birth. Okay. Something else? Just like everybody is attracted to seven wonders, right? And that's all junk. Seven wonders are all junk. But there is something more beautiful than that. The leaning Tower of Pisa or Taj Mahal, the pyramids, it's all junk. Okay? They have created a big hype saying that there are seven wonders. There are seven blunders. Not wonders, there are seven blunders. So, instead of that, you just go for an evening walk in a beautiful park that is peaceful. Okay? Who wants to go and see the pyramids? Who wants to go see the place where the dead bodies were buried? Or it's crazy stuff. Fortunately, I have not seen any of those seven blunders. Not even Taj Mahal. So, yeah, some astonishing things. Yes.
Death is ultimate, but nobody wants to.
Okay, that we discussed during Yaksha Prashna, right? Yeah. Something else. Something wonderful, astonishing, that amazes you.
Knowing we are not bodies.
Nothing philosophical, general. Yeah.
How body internally structured.
Yeah. How our body, the anatomy of our body, that itself is wonderful.
We don't have any control of our digestive system. How things are happening.
How the food is digested. Yeah, that's also amazing. Yeah.
The creation.
Huh?
What we are in creation.
Yeah, the creation. Okay. Something more specific. Something that astonishes you. No, nothing philosophical. Something general.
How human brain is only intelligent than any other animal.
Okay. Yes.
Like Earth rotating in solar system.
That's another beautiful example. All the planets, they are just hanging in the space without any support. There's no base. There's no base like this. They're just hanging in the space. Who is doing that? That's wonderful, yes. Anyway, we have not seen that, right? So tell something about that you have seen. Huh? The power of sun. Okay, very good. The statistical data says that the amount of the energy from sun that has been consumed so far by everybody is only a fraction of the energy produced by one ray of the sun. It's a small fraction of the energy produced by one ray of the sun. Only that much has been consumed. Oftentimes we feel that, all the lights are on, we are wasting so much power. That is true. And people have a fear that, moving forward, if we do this, there will be scarcity of energy. But no, sun has huge potential, tremendous amount of power and energy. Okay, that is good. But anyway, that is beyond our comprehension. We cannot estimate the power. We cannot even go near the sun and feel. So tell something that you have seen.
Day and night.
Huh?
Day and night.
DNA?
Day and night.
Day and night. Okay, day and night happens automatically. Yes, very good. What else? Yeah.
How we have so many varieties of creatures, like we see ants, we have like 16,000 varieties of ants.
Varieties of creatures. Okay, you're coming closer. Okay, keep that word variety and speak only about human beings and tell the correct answer.
Relationships.
Huh?
Human relations, father.
Human relations. Okay, that's also wonderful. We did not ask for these relations, but they're all given by God. Beautiful relations. And whatever we do in life, it's all about relation. Relationship at work, relationship in the society, at family, yeah? Friends. It's all about relations. And it's wonderful. We did not ask for this, but God has given. Yes, Sharon. Creation? The face. Ah, yes. This is the answer I'm looking for. Yes, give a big round of applause to him. What's the population of the world? 800 crores. Okay. So, that's all? Huh?
Human population.
Yeah, human population. 800 crores? Okay. That's 8 billion, right? 8 billion. Okay. So, you look at the face of anybody, it's very unique. It's completely unique. Not only the face, but the voice culture also very unique. Even the twins who were born from the same womb with a difference of 1 or 2 seconds, they will also have some slight difference in the face and their voice culture is different. The voice culture is so unique such that if you see a person from behind also, and as soon as you hear that voice, you will recognize that person. Even if you don't see their face, you will recognize them. So the face, it's a unique face. The thumbprint, face, the voice culture, these are all the most wonderful things, astonishing things. So, so we should appreciate God for his amazing creation. So this is the identity. Reason why I talked about this concept is soul is individual. Prabhupada says in the commentary, soul is individual. न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचिन्नायं भूत्वा भविता वा न भूयः अजो नित्य शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणो न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे. Krishna tells in 2.13, Krishna says that never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor all these kinsmen. That means we all remain as individual. We are all eternal and individual. Every soul has individual identity. They don't go and merge with the Brahman light and become one with God. Okay? That's not the identity. When we go and merge with the Brahman light and lose our and become one with God, we lose our identity, right? But that's not how it is. We maintain our identity, individual identity. In spiritual world, in fact, the number of varieties are unlimited and ever growing. The number of varieties are unlimited and ever growing. The number of flowers you see in spiritual world, it's unlimited. And that unlimited number is growing, ever growing. Even if you try to calculate that number, let's say 1 trillion today, and tomorrow it will be more. It's ever growing. The variety is ever growing. That is what gives pleasure, right? Variety brings pleasure. So Krishna likes variety and we also like variety. You don't want to eat rice dal every day, right? So after 2 days, 3 days, you'll be bored. You want something else. You don't want to wear the same color dress every day. It's boring. So like that, variety. Similarly, souls are individual and they always remain, they always maintain their identity. So we will end in a couple of minutes. So all this is part of the Sāṅkhye Yoga, analytical study of matter and spirit and the differences between matter and spirit. Shashibhavan is still there, right? Okay. Yeah. And then in the next section, Krishna will start speaking about Buddhi Yoga, Nishkama Karma Yoga. How to work without expecting the results of action. How we should not be attached to the results of our action. So Krishna is building up all this for the most important, one of the famous shlokas of Bhagavad Gita, Karmanye vadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturbur ma te sangos akarmani. 2.47. We are at 2.39. Another 6-7 shlokas. I think next week we can discuss all those 6-7 shlokas, and then after that we will discuss about that Karmanye vadikaraste shloka for a couple of sessions. Art of working. Art of working. How to understand the principles of Karmanye vadikaraste. Everybody talks about Karmanye vadikaraste. Different philosophers, different transcendental people, different spiritual organizations, they all talk about, even in movies also, Karmanye vadikaraste, right? So they all talk about Karmanye vadikaraste. But what are the true principles of this Karmanye vadikaraste? We will do that like a seminar in 3 or 4 sessions. Art of working. Okay. So I'll pause here. But before that, any quick questions, comments, reflections?
Prabhuji, I want to add one point.
Yeah.
Like we
discussed soul and super soul. So in physical world, if you go to Jagannath Puri, the Rath Yatra, the Ratha symbolizes human body itself.
Yeah.
And at the top, if you see, there is 2 parrots looking in the opposite side.
Yeah.
Its name are Jiva and Param.
Yeah.
Jiva means soul and Param means super soul. So it represents that. Look at this Ratha, chariot, and like this chariot, in our body itself we have both soul and the presence of super soul.
Yeah.
That point I want to add actually.
Yeah, very good. That's a beautiful point. So, in fact, there is a concept of chariot of life given in Mundaka Upanishad. The chariot, just like how he explained about the Jagannath chariot, and you have Jagannath chariot behind you there. So later on you can go and check if Jiva and Param are there. Or maybe they flew away. So the chariot of life, if you all have Bhagavad Gita book, you can look at the front cover page of Bhagavad Gita. If not, let me try to pull that. And don't leave. There is an important announcement. Don't miss that, okay? Yes, another 5 minutes we'll be done with everything. Did I spell it incorrectly? Okay, let's look at this. So we have this picture here. This represents the entire life. This one picture represents all different aspects of life, human life. The chariot represents the body, the material body. And Arjuna, who is sitting on the chariot, represents the soul. And there are only 4 horses here, but there should be 5 horses. The 5 horses represent 5 senses. We have 5 senses. The sense of hearing, sense of smelling, sense of touch, sense of seeing, sense of smelling. Okay? 5 senses, 5 working senses. These 5 horses represent 5 senses. And the ropes that are controlling the horses, that represents the mind. And who is holding the ropes? Krishna is holding the ropes. Krishna represents intelligence. So there is mind, intelligence, senses, soul, and body. This represents the whole chariot of life. So the senses are always distracted. They are deviated. They always want to enjoy sense gratification. They want to seek happiness in the external senses. That one. Yeah. You have 5 horses? Yeah. Okay. So maybe one horse is hungry and so the senses are always seeking happiness in the external objects. The mind should control the senses. The ropes which are controlling the horses here is like mind controlling the senses. But in the absence of intelligence, or when the intelligence is corrupted, the mind will drive the horses improperly. The mind will guide the horses and direct the horses improperly. But if the intelligence is cultivated properly, the intelligence will feed into the mind, and mind will direct the senses properly and not enjoy the senses unnecessarily. So Bhagavad Gita gives us this intelligence so that we can discriminate between good and bad, right and wrong, and we can discipline our mind and not let our senses deviate, distract, or go haywire. Okay? Then we'll be at peace. The reason why we don't have peace right now is our senses are going in all directions. They are distracted. They are so hyper, they are so active. They always want to enjoy senses. So with mind, we have to control our senses. Okay? And if our intelligence is cultivated by reading scriptures, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Ramayana, and so on, then we can discipline our mind, which in turn will control the senses. Okay? So with that, we want to explain you about some program called Bhagavad Gita. What is that program, Sheshabhavani? Bhagavad Gita chanting, that's all? There's no nice catchy name? Okay. So why don't you come here and explain?
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Hello everyone, Hare Krishna. So, Ganapat Sachidananda Swamiji, I hope most of you know about him. So he started this program like almost 10 years back, like where it started with 6 kids learning Bhagavad Gita, like either memorizing or chanting. And then now this is the 11th batch they are going on with. So what happens is they have 2 types of Bhagavad Gita. Like one is like either you can memorize, they will train you on that. In both the cases, they'll train you. So you can memorize all the slokas where they'll be training you. Like every week we'll be having classes, and then like at the end of the week also they'll be having assessment. And the other is like chanting, like where you'll see the book and you'll keep chanting. So like this program is like for 10 months, and then after the 10 months they will be having at Texas, I think so, because I'm also new to this program. I just joined the classes though. So what happens is this year in the month of July it happened in Dallas, Texas, where 17,000 people, I think, they chanted Bhagavad Gita, and yeah, everyone received a gold medal for chanting Bhagavad Gita. So I just recently joined this program a few weeks back, and if any of you are interested in joining that program, that is the reason Prabhuji asked me to make this announcement here, so that way if any of you are interested, I can share the link with Prabhuji for registration.
Yeah.
So you can go ahead and register.
Yeah. Sure.
Thanks, Prabhuji.
Thank you. And both parents and kids are welcome to participate in this. For example, Avyut Krishna, kids like Avyut Krishna, and there is one more kid in the group. I see they are very good at memorizing shlokas. So, like that, if you see that your kids have some inclination to memorize shlokas, or you yourself are inspired to memorize shlokas, they will train you. 10 months they will train you, and then one fine day you will go to Dallas or somewhere and in the assembly of 10,000 people, you can recite shlokas. Not individual, okay? Don't worry. They're not going to call you on the stage and ask you to recite. So you will recite in a group. So that's okay. Even if you don't remember some words also, that's fine. The effort is important. Krishna is bhavagrahi janardana. Krishna only looks at your intention, your sincerity, your bhava, not the result. He looks at your effort and he'll be happy with that. So even if you do a little bit of effort sincerely, Krishna is happy. And memorizing shlokas will help you immensely in your life. The divine words spoken by Sri Krishna, every word, every syllable should be memorized. They're so precious. So if somebody is interested, I can share the details. Okay? With that, we conclude here. And if some of you are not in the WhatsApp group, please come to me. I'll show you the QR code. You can scan. Okay? Thank you everyone for joining. Hare Krishna. We'll see you all next week.
Hare Krishna.
Today,
You want the mic? Yes.
Hare Krishna.